What's up, guys? Coming in for FITMAS day 10. I can't believe it's day 10 of 12 already. We're going to be talking about mobility. The freebie today is some of my favorite mobility moves, so make sure to download that guide below. But with that, I think it was FITMAS day 4, I showed you guys that on-demand library that I'm playing around with. I'm going to give you the hip mobility workout that I uploaded, and you're gonna be able to go through that. So this is gonna be a guided hip mobility kind of little 10-minute workout. Mobility is great. You can do this before a workout, you could do it after a workout, you could do it on an active rest day if you want to just get some movement in. It feels really good. These are some of my favorite moves, so be sure to check that out and enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to my hip mobility class. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that are new here, I am Tina of Wieland Fitness. It's so nice to have you, and for the returning people, thank you for joining me for today's class. So today I'm going to be showing you a couple different mobility movements that you can do for your hips. And for those of you that don't know, and if you hear chaos in the background, that's my cat Binks, who you'll come to know pretty great probably throughout the video series. But mobility is different from stretching in the fact that mobility is more continuous movement, and it helps improve our range of motion and flexibility and even a little bit of strength. And this paired with regular static stretching, where we kind of just like sit and hold different positions, it's going to really help prevent injury. It helps prevent tightness, especially now that we're sitting more than ever, and we are just more prone to injury in general. So if you hopped into this video, you probably have some sort of tightness in your hips. I think we all have tightness in our hips. So these moves will help you. I know that they've helped me. They've helped me through my hip injury that had me out for like 8 months. So I am like virtually pain-free. I'm like 99% of the way there. So thanks for tuning in. But all right, the first move we're gonna do is a clamshell. Okay, clamshells are underrated. You can do these body weight. I'd recommend starting out body weight and then using a very light resistance band to bump it up. You can put it right above the knees, okay? Clamshells are often done improperly. So for the clamshells, we're gonna be laying completely on our back. Knees are forward a little bit. We don't want them super far back, okay? So they're gonna be in a little bit, stacking the heels, and we're going to open up at the knees and squeeze our butt at the top here, okay, and back down. We'll do a couple of those. I'll talk you through it, but you really want to feel that squeeze in the butt, and notice how far your legs come apart when you do this movement, okay? Because the smaller it is, if you feel some tension, that means those hips are tight. Okay, I'm just kind of having my hand on my glute here so I can feel my butt. Oh my goodness, you may see Binks jump in front of the camera. I really hope he does not knock it over, but he gets jealous when I film videos and talk to the camera. So there's that. And he's playing with my equipment. All right, are you feeling the burn yet? You should be doing, if you do this on your own, I'd recommend about 15 to 20 reps, but we'll actually spin around and do the other side. You could roll over if you want, spin around, whatever feels good. All right. Again, stacking the heels and up. So I always like to stack the heels. There he is. Stack the heels, and I like to really, that's like my pivot point. I'm keeping my heels together. That's what I use to keep everything going. It's amazing. Banks literally never does anything until I start filming. He's the star of the show. All right, and then you may also notice that one side's a little tighter than the other. This is actually my injured side, so you can see it's actually not coming up as far. It definitely feels a little tighter, but this is the one move that when I was having all that pain, that this actually really helped, because I think I was having a glute medius weakness back here, and it is very helpful. Okay, a couple more reps, guys. And rest. Okay, so that is clamshells. The next thing that I really like to do, we'll come up into a seated position. Sorry, I'm gonna kind of flash you on the camera here, but we're gonna have our hands behind us, feet are out and they're wide like this, okay? So we're gonna do 90-90 internal hip rotation. So notice it's gonna be internal. So we're actually gonna pull our knee in and then come back. So notice I am rotating a little bit, mainly for flexibility reasons. The more flexible that you get, the less you should have to kind of like move your body. You should try to keep it as still as possible. And again, that left side for me is definitely a little tighter. You may not be able to get all the way to the ground. Totally okay. You know, if this is all you got, just do that, okay? Because the goal is to have it improve over time. Ooh, did we hear that? That little hip pop? Oh my goodness. Snap, crackles, and pops. Okay, a couple more of these. I'm sliding a little bit. Definitely feels good though. Mobility is good to get the blood flowing as well. Just warm up those muscles. They're good to do by themselves. You don't even have to do it before or after a workout, okay? All right, so we'll come to rest. The next move is gonna be a yoga move that I enjoy. And it's gonna be with the 90-90 theme. So you're gonna start kneeling and then we're gonna kind of go to our butt to one side. I'm going to my right side. You're gonna bring your right foot forward, okay? And then your left leg back. So you have, I know it's kind of hard to see with this angle, but we kind of have this 90-90. And again, do with whatever's comfortable for you. You don't, you know, if you can't quite get that 90-90 degree with both legs, just do what you can, okay? Even just sitting in this position, heart facing forward, chest up, you should definitely feel some sort of stretch, but we're going to take it a step further and we're actually going to lean forward slowly and bring ourselves down to the mat here, okay? And we're going to hold that stretch. I really feel it in my right side. If you're doing the right side with me, I really feel it when I go down, but it's funny when I'm upright, I feel it a little bit more in my left side. And it, you know, it's weird. Everybody's body is different. If you feel it in a different spot than me, that's totally okay. Because oftentimes when something's tight, it's usually a chain reaction. If your lower back's tight, it could be an issue with your ankle. So if you're feeling it in weird spots, that's why, because everything's chain linked. All right, we're gonna hold this for a couple more seconds. Try with all of your stretches like this, really try to sink a little bit deeper into the movement. Release that muscle tension, relax the muscles, and see if you could just sink a little bit deeper. Good, and we'll slowly walk it back up to rest. Okay, now we're going to switch sides. So you're gonna have your legs, gently bring them in together. We're gonna shake them out a second. Bring your legs out, give it a shake, and we're gonna do the other side. So bringing that right leg at the 90 degrees behind us and the left leg in front with that 90-90, okay? And again, we're gonna sit upright for a second just to feel that stretch. You can shift around to get comfortable, whatever works for you. I can't believe this. You never are like this, Sphinx. All right, we're gonna walk it forward. Oh yeah, the left side for me, for everything, is definitely way tighter. So even though whatever my injury was corrected, this side has actually always been tight my entire life and has never really given me problems until this year. I think it was just something over time that it built up and it finally got injured or strained or maybe micro muscle tears. But this side, every time I would stretch the hips, I would always noticeably feel that it's tighter. And that's normal too, you know, sometimes we're born with odd anatomy. None of us are exactly symmetrical or perfect, so that's something to note too. Oh, hello. What a sweetheart. I think he's starting to get hungry. This is his dinner time. But all right, we'll come back up to rest. All right, good. So that is the 90-90 pigeon pose. All right, next thing, this is another favorite of mine. These always get my hips and inner thighs popping. So I'm gonna show you a front view so you can kind of see what's going on, then I'll move to the side. So we're gonna be on all fours. Sorry, you see the boob action going on. But we're going to have one leg out, and our knee forward here. Just make sure it's in line with your hips. Okay, this other leg's out. And you're actually gonna rock forward and back. Okay, I'm gonna save you the boob action. And I'm gonna do it to the side here. Okay, make sure that back is flat, and with that leg out, even with just the leg out, make sure that foot's pretty flat to the ground as well. You might just feel a stretch there. You don't even need to do the rock backs. These are called adductor rock backs. So feel free to just stay here with the hold. Nothing wrong with that, but add that little rock for a little bit of a deeper stretch. And again, it's that mobility. We're moving through that stretch. Make sure to keep everything relaxed. Just notice what you're feeling. Okay, good. And we'll bring it back to tabletop. Now let's do the other side. So left foot's flat and out. All right, we're gonna bring it forward. Back. Again, this side's tighter for me. Good, good, good. Couple more seconds. And rest. All right, we have 2 more in our hip mobility. I hope you're starting to feel a little bit more loosened up, a little bit more warmed up. This one is frog rock back. So this is taking things a little bit further from the adductor rock backs. All right, so we're gonna be in this frog pose. Okay, bringing the arms forward. And I'm gonna have to wear less revealing tank tops for you guys, but just so you can see. Okay, and I also bring my heels together in the back to kind of form a diamond, and we're gonna go forward and back. And I hope you enjoy the little side chats and personality, you know, like I love the instructional videos, but it doesn't have to be robotic. You know, this is me, so I'm you're gonna get Binks causing chaos in the background. You're gonna get me, you know, flashing my boobs. It's just, it's what it is. We show up here imperfectly. We show up how we are. There's no robotic perfectness here. So all good. All right, a couple more seconds. I know this feels tight for me. I did legs yesterday, so my legs are sore. All right, and we'll bring it back. All right, this last one's gonna be a little bit of a workout, okay? It's gonna be challenging. Now you can do this a couple different ways. This is really great for the hip flexors. Our hip flexors are tight, but they also tend to be weak. So a lot of people want to stretch the hip flexors when really we should probably be strengthening the hip flexors. So if you feel like you have that hip pain, strengthening the hip flexors could be a good idea. So we're gonna get our legs apart in a lean back position. And you can have a dumbbell, you can have a bench, you could have a step, whatever. You don't even need anything, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift our leg up into the center and bring it back, and we're going to alternate, kind of like we're making an upside down U or a weird little letter M, right? Good. You'll start to feel this burn a little bit, probably similar to the feeling of, you know, if you do leg lifts for your abs, it's going to feel like this, because we're using our hip flexors a little bit more than our abs, because maybe our abs are weak or our hip flexors take over. And this is gonna help strengthen them so you don't feel that burn as much. We can use our abs a little bit more. We don't have that hip pain. All right, let's just do a couple more. And this will be our last one. And rest. All right, so we'll bring our legs in, and you can shake it out if you want, but those are some of my favorite hip mobility moves. I have hundreds up my sleeve, but just to give you a quick little one that you can do when you first wake up, at the end of the night, before a workout, after a workout, mobility is great to use whenever. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye. you.